Okay, this is the Savage XS Flux. Great little vehicle, but wouldn't you know, I burnt out my stock speed control twice. I didn't want that to happen again, so I switched it all up with the Traxxas stock system, including the motor. I did this because I already had it, one. Two, I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a system that wasn't waterproof and have to waterproof it. This is all already waterproof. And the motor, too, I switched because this is a lot smoother with the Traxxas motor as opposed to the one that comes with the stock, which I like a lot better. And this system has also been through a lot of abuse already and hasn't given me any problems besides me having to reset it a couple times, and that's it. So I'm going to show you how I did it. A couple little things you have to adjust. Start down here with the motor, take it out, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, there we go. Motor is out. A couple things you got to do here. Stock Traxxas motor is going to have a plastic cover over this that just pops right off. You take that right off because it won't fit in here. So you just take that off and wrap it with some electrical tape. And then the other thing is right here. You'll notice that when you put yours in, that's going to be sticking up a little bit higher, so you won't be able to get this to go back on right. So all I did was drill a hole right in there, even with this, and then you just take a piece of electrical tape and you double it up so that it's not sticky on both sides, and then you just super glue around the edges, get a nice seal on there, and then that fits on there really nice, no problems. A lot smoother than the stock one. And that's it with the motor. Next, speed control. Okay, there we go. Now this is pretty easy. I wanted to keep mine so that I could put it in with a different setup if I wanted to. So you cut off all the extra holes, leaving yourself just two. Now if you wanted to, if you don't think you're going to be using this anywhere else, you could cut all these off and it should fit down in here pretty flush all the way down the plate, but if you leave them on, it's not going to fit all the way down. So cut up all your excess holes so that you just have the two left, and you slide that right in. You could go either way with it, but I go this way. Slide it right down in there. Take your drill bit, and you just go right in there, down into here, just a little bit. You don't want to go too far. Do that on both sides. And you just take a screw, put it right down in there, tighten it up, both sides, holds it in there real nice. And if you ever have to, you can pop it right out, put it in a different setup, and you'll have the option of the two screw holes just in case you need to mount it custom again on a different setup. So that's that. Very simple. Okay, now the other thing I did with this was the servo and the link, just because it was with the whole system. The servo is very easy. Take out these 4 screws here, and then you want to come in on your battery side, and you go in that hole right there, and you just loosen up. Keep the stock adapter and everything on there, and just slide your Traxxas servo in there and screw it right on. Fits in perfectly, and you don't need to do anything really custom there. This servo, the stock servo for these are not good at all. This thing is all over the place. These aren't the best either, but noticeable difference with this in here. Pretty good improvement. The link, very easy. Take off the screws, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to change that at all. You can keep your stock one in there. You're still going to have to get in there to plug your cords in. But like I said, I just went with the Traxxas link just because it was with the whole setup, and I kept it together. So that's that. I'm going to put everything back together and go over a couple more things. One other thing I wanted to mention here too, I had to cut my plastic case here down a little bit, just because when you're putting it on here, you run into a little bit of a tight cords right there. So if you just cut it down a little bit there, it gets rid of all your problems. You might have to, you might not, but figure I'd let you know. Okay, there we go, all done. Electronics and motor have been switched out for the stock Traxxas stuff. I've had no problems with it thus far. Great system. This, like I said, has been through a lot of abuse already. No problems whatsoever. Great little vehicle. Puts up with a lot of abuse.